Hey, it's my birthday. We're gonna get it started. Hey, welcome back to True Nature's Kitchen. Alex Denise here, and yes, April is my birth month, and I want to share this bangin' birthday cake and ice cream recipe with you to celebrate it. There are a couple of ways to make the ice cream. This particular formula is good for no churn as well, but I'm going to be utilizing this bowl by KitchenAid. It requires freezing 24 hours prior to use. Follow the instructions for whatever appliance you have. I'm going to stick with making vanilla and chocolate flavor for this video, but I will definitely do a compilation of other flavors in the future, so be on the lookout for that on my channel. First things first, you need a large non-stick skillet and turn it to medium heat. After it's hot enough, toss in 2 tablespoons of unsalted butter for enhanced flavor. The butter only needs to be melted, so careful not to let it burn. If this starts, take the skillet off immediately to stop it from cooking until it's melted. Next, add 1 cup of heavy whipping cream, 2 cups of almond milk. I'm using vanilla flavored. 1/4 cup of sweetener. Any kind that's 1-to-1 ratio works best, meaning it measures like regular sugar. 2 teaspoons vanilla extract. Sprinkle in sea salt. This is to help bring out the taste of the sweetener and minimize crystallization. 1/4 teaspoon of guar gum, which is best used for cold dishes. Using too much can make the ice cream slimy, so use carefully. Stir as the mixture comes to a slight boil and smooth out the clumps as much as possible. Once the clumps are smooth, let it boil so that all the ingredients get integrated well. I let mine boil for about 10 minutes with occasional stirring. After which, you can cut it off and let it cool as you enjoy the aroma of milky vanilla, but letting it cool isn't quite necessary and you'll see why soon. Get a bowl and strainer and pour the liquid in. You can keep whatever gets caught by the strainer if you choose, but once it's separated, cap it off with a lid. If you are making the chocolate ice cream as well, repeat the ingredients and steps, but only add 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract and sprinkle in the unsweetened cocoa powder during the boiling process. For each one, place in the freezer to chill for no more than 4 hours if you're doing the churn method. If you are doing no churn, just let it freeze in a plastic container overnight. I'm using a KitchenAid stand mixer for this go round. It has many interchangeable sets that are sold separately, so you can customize your cooking needs. I have the ice cream bowl, and as mentioned before, the bowl should be pre-frozen up to 24 hours prior. There is a liquid encased in a layer of the bowl that helps freezes the ice cream as it churns. The paddle comes with it, as well as the connecting piece. It also gets up to a speed of 10, but second speed is enough for the ice cream to form. You want to be slow and consistent. Now that the cream is chilled and somewhat frozen, I'm going to add the ingredient that finishes it off. Allulose is a sweetener that occurs naturally in some plants, and I find it best for cold dishes. Moderate use can enhance the sweetness and texture of the dish. I'm using 1/4 of a cup for each batch. Now churn the mixture. I'm starting with the vanilla because I don't want chocolate in my vanilla, but I'm okay with my vanilla being in chocolate. Take that how you want, or just rinse the bowl with cold water after the first use. Set to the speed of 2 and slowly pour. Let the appliance work its magic. If you're making double the amount, fill only halfway to allow the mixture to expand. Also, it would need to churn for about 10 to 30 minutes or until it thickens. Scrape the sides and scoop into a plastic container. Trust me, you don't want to put glass in the freezer. Repeat the process if you're doing chocolate too. Now, the moment you've been waiting for. But first, some housekeeping. If you've made it this far, it's clear I've got you hooked. Subscribe to the tribe and attack that like button and notification bell so you can be the early bird to my next recipe video. Get a large clean bowl. I'm going to do the dry ingredients starting with the almond flour. For this, it's important to use blanched, which means it's finely grounded, no nutty clumps, and it even helps the aesthetic if the skin is off so you get that white cake look. Dump 1.5 cups of it into the bowl, 1/2 cup of coconut flour, 2 teaspoons of baking powder helps it rise, 1/4 teaspoon of salt. This is optional, but I added 1/4 teaspoon cream of tartar for fluff. Mix dry ingredients well and set to the side. Now for the wet. 1 cup granulated sweetener, 1:1 ratio. It's the only dry ingredient here because it has to dissolve into the liquids. 1/2 cup unsweetened vanilla almond milk. 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract. Okay, stop your drooling and listen up. You're gonna want 3/4 cup of unsalted butter. That equals out to 12 tablespoons, or a stick and a half. As for the 4 eggs, add them to the mix one at a time, blending after each one. Combine the wet and dry ingredients. Now, coconut flour is pretty absorbent, so if the mix looks dry, add a dash more of almond milk and mix again. Now for the fun part. Place in whatever pan design you want, but make sure to grease it with either butter or coconut oil, unless it's a trusted non-stick, and make sure whatever you choose is oven safe. For the icing, you'll need 16 ounces of softened full-fat cream cheese. You want solid bricks, not spread. 1/2 stick or 4 tablespoons of softened butter, and 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract. For the sweetener, I at first used 12 drops of liquid stevia, but then turned around and used 1/3 cup of granulated sweetener because the stevia didn't get it to taste. It's recommended to use a powdered form so the icing isn't grainy, but I didn't experience that much. Probably because I heated the icing in the microwave and let it cool in the fridge for about 30 minutes. It turned out to be my favorite part of this cake, as I love cream cheese icing. I do have a few honorable mentions in case you don't. These 2 brands are pretty good. I personally like the chocolate one. And cake is ready! I know you're developing a vicious appetite, but do be patient and let it cool completely. Cakes continue to bake as they cool. If you try to remove it soon, the cake will crumble. You might want to set it in the fridge for a few hours. If your cream cheese has thickened, soften it up again in the microwave. You want to spread it smoothly, or it could be too rough and crumble the delicate cake. Long, slow strokes in the same direction I found makes it easier to spread. I'm not a cake boss, but you can decorate it any way you like. Kind of looks like Squidward's house. And if SpongeBob had a sister. Sponge Barbara? If this seems like a lot for you to handle and I'm doing too much, I have another honorable mention. I love this brand because it has simple ingredients as the name implies. It serves as a whole cake or cupcakes, as they also have several other flavors to choose from. Though it's not exactly keto. And if you're interested in these cute little cupcake shapers, I'll link them in my Amazon shop. Piece of cake, right? Sincere thanks for feasting with me here on True Nature's Kitchen and celebrating my birthday with me. The best gift for me today would be to subscribe and share my channel with other people who desire to eat clean, good food without the guilt. Forge this channel for other mouth-watering videos and track down the mother channel, True Nature, to get inspired by more hunting, fishing, and gardening content. If you tried the recipe, how'd it turn out? What did you do differently? Comment below. Well, can't be late for my own party. Enjoy the cake, and remember, eat wild, live free.